have you on a tripod, so here we go.
From Mesa East Bowl, here for the title matches of today's JBT event, and it had to happen. It was a matter of when, not if. The Mays brothers, Chris and Hunter, going at it, but it's Chris is the top seed, looking to win his second career title, going up against Hunter, who has climbed the ladder to get to this point. And he's so tall, I'm readjusting the camera to get his vertical frame in, but he starts off slow with a big old washout there in the first. Hunter qualified third at plus 208 and beat Tim Hill and Josh Malloy to get to this point, while Chris was your top seed just about all day long, plus 313. Really took over there in match play with 277 game one of match play to get into the lead, which he never relinquished. Hunter throws 4 of those twister pins over there at the 7 and nothing hits it, so it's an open first frame. Hunter has grabbed a lot of the headlines around here, but do not sleep on his brother either. He won his first title out in El Paso and has been throwing it better and better and better, and now here he is looking to win as a top seed for the first time. Pretty good shot, 4-pin. Always different when siblings go at it in head-to-head match play, the Venus and Serena effect.
The fact that Mama's still sitting there surprises me.
The good news is that Amaze wins. These two guys, good buddies as well as brothers, but
there's a lot of moms that don't walk away.
Obviously a completely different mental match here, and I think both of them just have to put it out of their head who they're playing and just Hunter, his aggressive self, go for another title, and Chris just trying to learn the ins and outs of winning here in stepladder matches. Off to a good start with that 4-pin conversion.
Yes.
And 10 in the pit there.
Good, Christopher.
Nice start for Chris. To their right, handicap just finishing up their semifinal. That's Mackenzie Theophilus taking on Nathan Ryan. Oh yeah, look at that. I was trying to not call him Ryan Nathan. These kids with 2 first names. Harrison Cole drives me nuts because that doesn't sound right at all, and it is. So Mackenzie's got a win by 4, and that 10-point split gives her not nearly enough. So it's going to be Nathan taking on Caitlin Hammer for the handicap title. I still haven't raised the camera enough to fit Hunter completely in the frame. A little light high.
Come on, Ryan.
He's got a good look in this pair. He shot 250 last game, so he's got to throw better shots. Wait until he does. We're on twister pins and they talk. Good run for Theophilus. She won a roll-off just to get into the finals and beat hometown Connor Bell in the first match, but will fall to Ryan here. Nathan, for his part, shot 260 scratch game 8 to get into the finals.
All right, let's go.
And we'll throw the unacceptable 199 there to survive that match. So 7 out for 199. When Hunter hits these twister pins at the right angle, they just explode. Hitting them flush like that in the 1-2 is fun, but wait if he gets one of those light hits. You will see some messengers that you don't see very often. Both two-handers, but a lot of the similarities end there. There's almost as many ways to throw a two-handed as there are one-handed. Speed and power Hunter's game. Chris a much more looping arm swing, so he likes to play those more circling lines, and the twister pins give and the twister pins take, and that is a classic twister pin solid 9. You see way more of them on these all synthetic pins. The light hits carry better than wood, and the high to slightly flush hits carry worse than wood. And the solid 9s are one of the great equalizers. Oh, Miss Caitlin. Oh, Miss Caitlin. We are ready for you, my dear. Caitlin's good. They already did. Stay with the program, Mama. Rachel was trying to 300 her again.
It's orange. I can't find it.
Bad break, but still a lead for Chris. That time. Squash is all 10 down. Caitlin, you get 2 balls on each lane for practice. Roll the ball twice in each lane. Hunter, a 9-time champ, looking to join the growing list of 10-time JBT champs. I think there's been 40 some odd 10-time winners in our 25-year history. Let's see. Wow! And the twister pins take, and now they give, as that had no business being anything other than a 4-6 combo. And they just looked exhausted on that rack and just kind of collapsed inward on themselves for a big double to close this to a 1-pin match, which he can turn around into a 9-pin lead if he can make it 3 in a row here in the 5th. Always rubs that right balance hand to dry it off. And doesn't get away with that one. Not throwing good shots all of a sudden. Really hasn't thrown he had 1 good shot this whole game. He's in the 3rd frame. But his brother hasn't pulled away from him either, as he's Dutch so far, so that's the good news for him. Earlier in his career, he was a little iffy on these corner pins in higher leverage situations. He's eliminated that. He just wins too often for that to be much of a thing, but unfortunately, Hunter will be so happy when he watches this video, because sure enough, I mentioned that, and slides by the 7, he's walking away. He might when he watches this video. We'll just edit that little 30-second part out there. The editing video I don't have. Wider right for Chris. Oh, and the ball holds. When you're a power player, like Chris obviously is, when you can miss just a pinch right and not have the ball nosedive, that's fantastic, because he's got the hold to the left. You put on Broadway, a challenge level pattern. Challenge level usually means cuts right around even. That was the case today. So he had to be +5 in the scratch to make the cut. And about 50 up in the handicap. All right, go ahead and reset that lane. Oh, 2 in a row. He's gotten the ball to hang on, dead-eye flush. I guarantee you he's watching the 4-9 on that last shot. Holds just in time. So guys, first of all, the handicap difference in your match is 3. Caitlin, you've got to beat Nathan by 3 to tie, 4 to win. Could somebody erase those frames that those have? Thanks. It'll be your choice of letters, Caitlin. Caitlin, it's your choice of letters. If you choose letter A, you'll start first and finish last. B, so Nathan, you'll go 1 frame.
Yes!
Good luck. Folks, the handicap difference is 3. Caitlin has to beat Nathan by 3 to tie, 4 to win. Uh-oh, Mackenzie needs my tripod helper now. I'm gonna have to switch plaques here. I got one leg taller than the others.
Whoa!
Meanwhile, Hunter gets that light hit to splatter.
Maybe.
He's got some catch-up work to do. Really needs this strike here in the 7th.
I believe.
Oh, man.
You know, it doesn't fall.
Surprising. I can't prove it, and I almost guarantee you he won't say it, but I think there's some of this dynamic of playing your brother going on here. He rarely loses a pair this quickly. I think we'll be visiting Best Buy during the week.
I was going to say, do you donate?
No. You have donated enough black licorice to do a number to Facebook people. Avoids the chop at least. He's got a couple pins to spin around. He's still got room for oh dear, 215. Chris going at a 219 pace, so advantage Christopher at the moment. Caitlin Amber getting started in the handicap division there. She's got to beat Nathan by 4 to win. So Chris standing right around the 20. He's going to drift very little. He moves back to the right with that last step. And that might have been his best shot of the title match. When they post that follow-through like that, there's very little shoulder movement, and there's just the follow-through just stands there like a statue. That means all their timing was just perfect. And it's a 4-bagger, and now if he just stays clean, he wins.
Get it? That's all right.
All right, Katie, got this.
Big thanks to Erica and the team here at Mesa East. Great 32 laner. Way out in the Eastern Valley, Phoenix. Really fantastic hosts. Pleasure to be here. And instead, on the lockup shot, he throws the worst shot of the match, loses a bunch of count, and obviously has a challenge left at the spare. Oh my goodness. Well, that puts them both at 5s on count. So it's a very makeable spare, but it's also a real easy spare to get 2 off of. Let's see what he does.
Good shot.
Ah.
Nice try.
It's a visual bad break when that happens. That happens a lot when you wrap around one of those 2 pins on the right side. It's now 173 through 9, and from out of absolutely nowhere, Hunter can go off the sheet and force Chris to double somewhere. How rapidly a head-to-head match of bowling turns. Still
Come on!
can't find the look at all. Interesting. Since I jinxed Hunter earlier, I want to say something really nice of him. Halfway through the first match, when it was still to be determined against Tim Hill, he was walking down on the low side of the center, and there were some open bowlers on lane 11 that must have gotten the ball recently from Virtue, of course, who he works for and with here at Mesa, and he was wanting to refocus on the match, but the lady needed some help, and he was just as kind as you could possibly be to the young lady down there, and just snapping into work mode at a point where you didn't want to mentally do so. So hats off to him for that. So now we're even. I jinxed him, and now he said something nice. Still has room for 204, but golly, he's going to have to find it from pretty much out of nowhere. And those are the kind of messengers he's been carrying all day long. But absolutely needs to make this fair. This is still anyone's game. Now, if Hunter strikes out, he's got 193, which would get 1 mark out of 2 frames for Chris to win. Make the spare, you never know. No, my goodness. Not the game I expected out of Hunter, and I'm sure not the game he expected out of himself. This guy is a sick talent, but right now it is Christopher's time to shine. Got that first win out of his mind at El Paso, and he'll 4-9, but it's already over. Now it's just to show up he makes it. I told his mom if he gets that one, sometimes you break the ice and get multiple ones. Well, he's doubled his title total today to 2. It'll be a rare situation where we have siblings at or near the top of the point standings all season long. Cesar Padilla was between Hunter and Chris in the conference point standings heading into today, and Cesar just barely missed cut. So it's likely to be Maze 1 and Maze 2. Well, it's just been 4-9 or just been 4-7. That gets a round of applause because that is a winning combination. My goodness. Hunter will tell that, take that, you stupid air above the lane. That'll teach you. I'll teach you air. 4-9 on me and 4-6 on me, you stupid air. Well, let's see if he can loft the corner too. Meanwhile, Chris finishes out with a frame that didn't matter either, and he will 2-finger it. 190 to 170 was not how I thought this would go, but beat your opponent by a pin is the name of the game, and congrats to Chris for winning it all in front of many Mays and assorted friends and family. Very nice. Oh. Mom has been absolved of camera duty and relative duty, and Hunter does not want to talk about that game.
He's got to catch up somehow.
Well, that's very nice of you, but my goodness.
Love you too.
Bye, Mom. I love you.
We're gonna do a separate video for the title match between Caitlin and Nathan, so make sure to watch out for that. Hi, Ryan Zent's backpack. Isn't that a nice backpack? Look at that. Whoop, now it's flying all over the place. There he goes.